It's Wednesday, it's Wing Chun, and I'm the D-Man. Firstly, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a safe and joyous holiday and that everyone's raring to go for another year of Wing Chun. This year I want to start off by looking at Chi Sao, looking at some different things we can do inside of Chi Sao and some, possibly for you, some different approaches to Chi Sao. The most important aspect is that we want to learn is how to accept force, how to take force into ourselves, how to not push. Many students that I roll with, they're just pushing away, trying to turn people away. That's not what Chi Sao is for. Chi Sao is a way to enable us to, like in Chum Kyu, to allow our body to do the work for us, to be able to take that force into us and to do the work. So we need to get very comfortable with accepting force in. This is the saying, absorb what comes in, follow what goes out. It's the heart of Wing Chun. It's a very difficult thing though to not push in Chi Sao, because when you roll with a senior student, you will often feel as if you're being pushed. Because what's simply happening is that because there's no resistance in the arms and in the structure of the senior student, you're actually pushing yourself off a very solid moving object. So when you feel that you're being pushed, it's actually you yourself are pushing. So it's very, very difficult to understand when you're pushing and when you're not pushing. Over the next couple of videos, we'll look at a few different aspects. These videos are mainly for people with Chum Kyu knowledge, they're for intermediate students. They'll be of use to everybody, but you will struggle with it if you're not working on your Chum Kyu. It's just the way it is. So let's start off looking at some Dan Chi Sao, learning how to absorb force, how to accept force, and basically the beginning of everything that we do. When I'm in my Fuk Sao position, obviously I'm lined up towards James's center. My shoulder has got that small rotation, my arm is opening, and for all intents and purposes, mentally, I'm doing this part of the sonotop form. So I'm keeping that arm constantly. James is going to just strike me in the shoulder as he comes forward. This whole movement of my arm is being caused by James's attack on me. And from here, my springy force is still working. James will tell you that he can feel my body weight there. He's trying to push through, he can feel my body. So as he comes through, I'm just still presenting forward. I'm just thinking everything is just forward. Through sensitivity, which is one of the keys to this, as soon as I feel my arm change in shape, I simply pose my Wu Sao, and springy force allows everything to come back to the same place. So I've got a really strong mental image of this position. James is changing the shape of my arm, and I just want my arm to come back into the right shape. So this is what we need to do first off. I really need to be able to allow this to happen. All this movement in my arm is being created by James, is being created by the forward pressure and by my springy force. Then I just quite simply put my arm back where it was. It's a lot simpler than it looks. So if I'm here, James is rotating his shoulder. That's good, I can feel it there. And that's, as you can see, I'm pushing myself away. James is doing very, very little. It's really difficult because you're getting no feedback. If you can feel anything, then it means you're pushing. So it's really difficult. So there, bang. You can see this is coming up, but it's not James lifting his elbow. It's me lifting James's elbow. He's now supporting his body, supporting his arm with his body in true Chum Kyu fashion. Well, so there we have it. And I hope that was of some use. Hopefully you could see that it was the other person's action that was actually creating all of the movement in my arm. And it was really my springy force wanting my arm to come back to where it lived that was creating the movement. Once I felt that my arm was being distorted, that became a trigger point. And then I was able to just pose my Wu Sao, put myself back in the position I believe my hand should be in, and the actual action creates itself. These things need to be practiced, and we'll go into it in more detail. You can't do much in a couple of minutes, and you can't learn nothing on a video. So if you're interested, then come and see me, and we'll work through some of these things. Until then, what kind of day is it for you?